Hello, everyone. This is Juliana Kennedy. I'm a CPA. So if anybody's watching, let me know in the comments. So I wanted to pop in real quick and explain what the quarterly estimate is. If you're watching from the United States, it's some sort of like installment that you're paying the IRS for the taxes that you feel that you owe by the second quarter. So what I tend to help my clients is we try to keep up with the bookkeeping on a regular basis so that come June 15, which is when the second quarter is due. And so with that, we'll be able to have actual numbers so you don't overpay in the estimates. We try to come as close as possible to the numbers that we will owe come April 15, 2020. So I'm not sure if any of you have questions, but if anybody has questions, they should feel free to pop it in the comments for me so that I know what to answer for you. Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking. So what we do is I encourage everyone to at least have an accounting system. So something like QuickBooks Online or WaveApp or WaveApp to keep track of your accounting system. So with that, you'll be able to pull in here with your profit and what your profit and loss is. Now, when it comes up, I will explain. Okay, so when it comes here, you can pull your profit and loss. Then you're going to use the net income or net profit. And then you need to work closely with your CPA. So whatever the bottom line is over here, it will say net income. So if that's what you have for the year to date, you can use that, and then they can add in any dividends that you're going to be getting or interest that you're going to be getting. I tend to do that for most of my clients just to come as close as possible. So you can pull this figure for your accountant, and then they can help you come up with the best estimate to do that. If you want, you can also use a WaveApp. It's also an accounting system that you can use to track all your expenses. And again, the same thing, you can pull the profit and loss from the WaveApps here. This one is free. There's no subscription except if you use a credit card or you use your bank deposit, ACH. They charge like 1%, which is reasonable. But you can pull that there. So my encouragement to everyone is try to keep up with your books. If you can do it on a weekly basis, set aside maybe 1 hour to 2 hours, depends on your volume, to track all your expenses. So come this time, like June 15, you have the data information to, do your quarterly estimate. I suggest right now we are about 10 days away from it. So if you don't have it to your accountant already, go ahead and get it to them. So right here, it will also tell you in the WaveApp, it will tell you the profit. This is a dummy company that I'm using. So you can give that this report to your accountant so they can work with it. I do train on all these two software. I already have the training pre-recorded. So if you're interested, you can by all means go to my website, julianakennedy.cpa.com. If you click on courses, I already have it all there that you can click and register and learn at your own pace. The WaveApp, I'm in the process of uploading the video, so it's not there yet, but by the end of the week, everything will be there. So that's basically for the quarterly estimate. Now, the question you ask is, who should be doing quarterly estimate? So we have LLC in the United States, which is limited liability company. And then we have S corporations, and then we have C corporations. So for the LLC, most people are one person LLC, or it could be a partnership. And so with the partnership, what happens is whatever profit that you end up in the business get divided up among the partners. So everyone will get a K1. So I still suggest that even if you're a partnership, you keep up with your books, divide it up each quarter, get together with your accountant, come up with an estimate, especially in this tax uncertainty tax stuff. You want to make sure that you stay on top of your figures and your taxes. So I'm going to suggest that you get together with your accountant with some numbers so they can do the estimate for you, especially if you're an LLC. The S Corp, sometimes you put yourself on payroll, and I'll suggest you do that because that's the law, that you cannot just draw money from an S Corp. You need to do payroll for yourself. So if you're doing payroll, on the other hand, it's already taking that withholding from the paycheck and then submitted it in the 941 called tax withholding report that we send every quarter. So that's already done. So you may not need to do that unless you have extra profit on top of the wages that you are taking. Then I'll say work together with your CPA, make sure that whenever you have extra profit on top of your wages, which is going to come to you in the form of a K1, which will be added to the W2. That does not have any withholding. So that's where you have to get together with your CPA and make quarterly estimates to make sure that from January to now, you already have profit. You do a quarterly estimate so you don't get into trouble at the end of the year. All right. So that's my take on the S Corps. For the C Corps, they do their own tax return. So they pay their own taxes. But even with that, you still have to do quarterly estimate to pay on that corporation. So again, the importance is to keep up on your numbers all the time, so that the numbers are there when you need them. You don't want to wait till like June 12 to get a hold of your accountant and say, here's my numbers. You want to make sure you stay in touch with your accountant. If you are going to do this on your own too, you can maybe plug the numbers into an Excel sheet, and then you're going to have to use your tax bracket number. So you normally do this for most of my clients. We'll take the net figure, we add in all the dividends and the interest that you're going to get on your various forms that you get from the investment people. You want to come as close as possible so that you don't underpay, because the underpayment penalty is very, very severe. So you don't want to get into that situation. All right. So that's my take on that one for the C Corp. Anybody with questions, pop it in here so that I can answer for you. So I'm waiting to see if any of you have questions. All right. So this was a quick one. I just wanted to pop in here and help you with the estimates. If I didn't get to your questions, feel free after you watch the video, you can pop in the comments, and then I will answer it on next week. All right. Thank you and have a blessed week.